I have a story to tell you. So let me take you back to the summer of 2003, when Jordan and I made the all-important move from residence to our first student house together, along with 5 of our friends. It was an exciting time, filled with a lot of freedom. We were able to do whatever we wanted. We had Christmas lights as indoor lights, indoor furniture outside on the carport of our garage. We had a borrowed billboard as our dining room table, and even some cardboard boxes for windows. In our mind, anything was possible. But you could see that in Jordan's eyes, something was still missing. This summer, Jordan worked at a feed mill on the outskirts of London, Ontario. Yep, Amy gets it. During one of his lunch breaks, when his co-workers, I'm sure, were talking about the latest sports scores, Jordan decided to take a walk around the grounds. And that's when he stumbled onto a farmer's auction. Deciding that this was something he'd never experienced before, he decided he was going to go in, sit down, and see what it was all about. Adventurous. So he took a seat, and the first item up for bid was 5 live chickens, and they were going for $5. Well, Jordan's eyes immediately lit up with excitement, and he was thinking about all the possibilities that he could get with such an endeavor. Think about all the free eggs you could get from 5 live chickens, he thought. $15, Jordan yells out. Immediately doubling the market going rate for live chickens, I'm sure, while also making enemies with the other farmers in the room who were more serious about their trade. Needless to say, no one bid any higher. The chickens were Jordan's. The live chickens were Jordan's. Immediately upon purchasing the chickens, Jordan realized he had no idea what he was doing. He didn't even know how he was going to get them back to our student house in London, Ontario. Luckily, there was a farmer around who was eager to help out. So Jordan took his help, and the farmer was able to load the chickens into the car for him. To show his appreciation for the farmer's work at the time, Jordan did what he thought was fair at the time, and he tipped the farmer by giving him 2 live chickens, which the farmer generously accepted. So upon arriving home at our student house in downtown London, Ontario, with 3 live chickens, Jordan created a fenced-in area in our backyard for the chickens to live in. Now he figured the hard work was behind him, and soon enough there would be free eggs for him to enjoy. Unfortunately, the next morning had a different plan. As he was awoken to one of the chickens pecking on his window on the main floor of our house, as the other chickens had hopped over the fence and were now making their escape down our street in London, Ontario. Jordan realized at this moment that the chickens could fly, somewhat. Who knew? Who knew? So Jordan jumped out of bed, ran outside, grabbed a rake, and sprinted down the streets, chasing after his clever defectors in nothing but his boxers. Fashionable and athletic. With nothing but his rake and sheer determination, Jordan successfully managed to round up these 3 chickens and bring them back to our house. He figured the worst was behind him, nothing else could go wrong. A few egg-free days passed, and this time the chickens once again outsmarted Jordan and were off to the races down our street, this time breaking through a broken window in our carport that he was now housing them in. But this time they got a little bit of a head start on Jordan. Jordan realizes what's happening, takes off again after the chickens in his Sunday's best, I'm sure, and he's able to round up 2 of the chickens. One had escaped in our downtown affluent neighborhood. When Jordan got home, he realized that he had no idea what he was doing, and he didn't know how to handle the situation anymore, and he realized that he wasn't going to get anywhere close to getting anything that resembled a free egg. So he decided to drive the chickens out into the country and let them roam free, which he did. So 5 or so chicken-free days went by, and unbeknownst to us, in our London newspaper, the London Free Press, was an ad posted in the classified section. And it said, "Chicken found. If yours, please call so-and-so." Needless to say, we didn't see this ad at the time, but a reporter at the London Free Press came across it. And by the next day, there was a full-page article on the front of the local section. At the top of the article was a giant photograph with a woman holding up Jordon's escaped chicken. The woman was a veterinarian, and she lived a few blocks away. And the title of the article was, "Why Did the Chicken Cross the Road?" Obviously, everyone here knows the answer to that question. To get away from this rake-wielding maniac. So after the reading of this article, Jordon decided that the chicken had climbed the social ladder and made a better life for itself. So he decided not to call and reclaim his escaped chicken. You'd think this would be the end of the chicken story. Then 7 years passed by, and I'm once again reading the London Free Press. And the title of an article was "Backyard Chickens on the Menu." The city of London, Ontario had just legalized the raising of chickens in your backyard. Pioneer.